Morning campers, thank you for joining me again. Today I want to answer another question that I get asked a lot by people that have seen my videos, and that question is, how do I record the footage that I use to make my videos? Spoiler alert, I use GoPro cameras, no great surprise there. But what I want to do in this video is show you how, where and why I mount my cameras onto my aircraft. So if you want to see how to stick one of these onto one of these, then this video is for you, stick around. So the first camera mounting position I want to talk about is this one here, the one that I'm talking to you on. So I've got the camera mounted into a clamp on the control bar. I'll throw up a picture of what the clamp looks like, and I'll also add a link in the description below to where you can get the clamp. They're not expensive, you can get them on Amazon. I think they're about 15 quid, something like that. The beauty of this mount is that you get two cameras in one really, because I can point it at me if I'm talking, but I can also turn it around and give you some sort of idea of where I'm going, so you get this forward view as well. There's roasted JCB if anybody's interested. So I would suggest, if you've only got one GoPro camera and you're wondering where to put it, I would recommend putting it on the control bar on a mount like this, because it gives you a number of options. So recently I've posted a video where I flew to a model air show, and I only had the one camera with me, which I mounted on the control bar where this one is. And in the video, if you watch the video, you'll see that I had the camera pointing at me, forwards, backwards, left, right, all sorts of places. And when I edited them together, somebody said, how many cameras have you got? I said, it's just the one. So it's very versatile, so that's worth considering. If you stick around for a bit, later on I want to try something new, something that I've not tried before, putting the camera somewhere else. So stick around.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
So the second camera position, if you're lucky enough to have two GoPros and you want to stick another one on your aircraft, then a really good place to mount them is on the wing, which is up there. Hello. And the view from this camera really does give you a good perspective of where your aircraft is in the sky and over the ground. It gives you a particularly good view of takeoffs and landings, and it's a good way of analysing your own landings. The last video that I posted, my landing wasn't brilliant, if I'm honest. But from looking at the video, you can see where you went wrong and you can learn from it. So it's a useful learning tool as well. Two particularly good effects are if you put the aircraft into a steep turn, you can get some really good footage of the ground. And if you put it into a steep turn the other way, there's a really cool effect where your trike it goes above the horizon and it just looks awesome. It's also worth giving a bit of thought over which side of the aircraft you put a camera if you're going to put one on the wing. Clearly with the camera where it is now on the right wing, I can see what's to the left of me. So if you want to capture something that's on the ground, you need to make sure you fly around it in the right direction, otherwise you'll miss it. It's also worth mentioning another option which a lot of people do, and that is to mount the camera on your helmet. That doesn't sound right. The schoolboy inside me says I can't say that. So another popular option for mounting a GoPro camera is on the top of your flying helmet. The advantage of putting a camera on top of your helmet is that you can video pretty much anything that you can see. So if you're flying along and you see something interesting, something on the ground or whatever, just look at it and you capture it on video. The disadvantage, or the downside if you like, of putting a camera on your helmet is that if you move your head around a lot, it can become quite difficult to watch. GoPros are pretty good at stabilising video, but even so, I've watched videos and I've found it uncomfortable, shall we say. But it's still something worth considering. I'm still experimenting with recording video, flying videos, and I'm still experimenting with where to put cameras. If anybody else has got any suggestions of where I can stick a GoPro camera, polite suggestions preferred, then stick it in the comments below. Where do you stick yours? Back down to serious business. Earlier on, you remember I said I was going to try something new. Still on the topic of GoPro cameras, I've mounted the camera somewhere different, somewhere that I've not tried before. The eagle-eyed amongst you may have already spied it. It's just above my head on the king post, and I just wanted to see what sort of view that gives. So let's have a look in 3, 2, 1 now. I've not actually seen the footage from this camera yet because this is the first time I've done this, so I'll be interested to see what it looks like. If it's a good view and it adds something of value, then there might be another GoPro on the shopping list. What I've done is I've used a wrist mount which fits really nicely around the pylon. I'll throw up a picture of the wrist mount, and I'll throw up a picture of how I've mounted it, and I'll stick a link to where I got the wrist mount. I guess any generic wrist mount would do. I got mine off Amazon. Again, it wasn't expensive. What I'm going to do, I'm going to head back to the airfield and I'm going to do some landings. And we'll see what the view's like with this camera. So I'll be back with you in just a minute. I'd just like to say as well that I've had quite a few really nice comments made by people that have watched the videos. I'm still new to this YouTube malarkey and I'm still learning, but it's really encouraging to get those messages that people have sent me. So for those people that have subscribed, thank you ever so much, and for those people that have passed the comments, again, thanks ever so much. Dollymore traffic, Golf Charlie Lima Papa Alpha is dead side descending for 01 Dollymore. It's another crosswindy day at Dollymore. Dollymore Golf Papa Alpha turning final 01 Dollymore. This is high.
Well, I think I'll chalk this up as a success. I'd be interested to know what you lot think, but I think this camera position gives a really good pilot's eye perspective of the flying experience without the vomit-inducing problems that you normally get from helmet-mounted cameras. So I'm off to go and buy another GoPro. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
That wasn't too bad.